going on, y'all? It's J Small Reviews here, back at it again with another video, man. First of all, wanted to say thank you guys for the love on the top 5 performance video. I see it doing pretty good numbers, and to let you know, I checked the comments. It's a series that I am continuing quickly at that, not one, and we're doing one another month later. So this week, expect top 5 punchers to be next, man. I saw that looked to be the most requested, and we are going to get through all 5, 6 different types of categories, right? But expect top 5 punchers next. But as you can see, this isn't a top 5 video. This is a prediction video, and it's for the newly announced Volume 11 card from URL, man. Not only the 5 battle card itself, which is pretty solid, we're going to give our opinions and all that, but also want to talk a little bit about Lux versus Nitty. They did the announcement for that, so we'll have a little convo probably towards the end of the video, and want to talk about how this is being streamed and what the future of URL is looking like in terms of maybe pay-per-view presentation through 2024. So without further ado, let's talk about that streaming and start from the bottom of the card. So first thing to talk about, like I said, is the streaming method here, right? And it is streaming to URLTV.tv's app. Now here's the catch. The only place that you can stream it is the mobile version right now. So like phones, you know what I'm saying? Which is, I know I watch a lot of the app on my phone. So you aren't able to watch the live stream of this to your phone on March 16th. But you are going to be able to watch it on the website version. If you just type in URL TV, obviously there's a website version of the app you can just log into, as well as the version on Apple TV, Roku, Xbox. They got the app in the gaming store there. So you can watch it anywhere but on your phone. Hopefully that changes going forward, you know what I'm saying? But not too bad to start out, and I think this is very smart, and I think after coming off a year where we all critiqued URL very heavy, if it's not for some of the types of events and battles that they booked, streaming wise, the lack of live events, so many different things, right, that URL's been yelled at for. I think streaming straight off the app is humongous. I could see eventually you even maybe raising the price on the app just a little bit if you're doing live events from there. But if we're still doing $8 a month and we're going to get, oh my God, imagine an event a month stream, you know what I'm saying, from the app, but let alone what we're getting now, this is definitely a step in the right direction. It just makes sense. It's still recouping everything, post caffeine, now you're bringing everything back to URL. Because if you're going to go the full independent route, I think a lot of people are with it. But then streaming the live events is big. At the end of the day, battle rap is something that is better the more that you get to watch it live, everyone joking together, sharing the moment, watching these moments of events, and being able to do that through your own method of streaming now that's fully controlled by you. I just think it's a very good step by URL. And overall, just wanted to give my thumbs up, man, because I think this is a great direction they're moving in. But let's start with Ace Amin versus P. In my opinion, clearly on here, the most obscure matchup of the card, right? And Ace needs to win this battle. Ace simply needs to win this battle. P's return versus Reed was actually unexpectedly really good. He did beat Reed, and he was like pretty good while doing it. Now, was Reed very good in that battle? No, but just focus on P for the fact that I thought that he might come back and be super, super out of it. Thought he was pretty on point. But with that being said, we know that Reed, as I mentioned, right, the inconsistency, some battles Reed will just show up with damn near nothing, like he did for P. But for Ace, even though you're coming off of really 2 of your worst losses in some time, the Marv loss wasn't good, right? And then Suge is a death, maybe the worst loss of Ace's career up to this point, straight body bag. But he's better than P. He's more established for this modern day battle rap style. And on top of that, we're going volume. If anything for Ace, he should probably be better in the smaller rooms, although I think Ace has also gotten better on stages, and really in all rooms is pretty good at this point. We know his style is very rap-based, very pen-based at that, and that should, emphasize in a volume, right? So I say all that to say, listen, when it comes to this, there's not too much to discuss on like the styles, the X's and O's of it, but Ace, you need to win, and you should win all 3 rounds if we're being real, but you definitely need a clear win in this battle. From there, we could talk about Chef Trez versus Charlie Clips. Originally, he was going to go down on bullpen, if you guys remember. I forgot the exact bullpen card, but I know it was booked for that. Many of battles ended up not going down on a few different bullpen cards last year, right? But now it's like URL spun the block and picked that battle up for their card. And this is another one where Chef Trez, a lot of clear heavy favorites on this card. And Chef Trez will be the clear heavy favorite. He has been battling at a top 3 in the world level. You know what I'm saying? Not only was it like that for Cody, but just the pure quality. He's really just rapping that good. And he's beating people that are taking the game very serious. He's beating having some great fights with the twerks, the swamps of the world. You know what I'm saying? So will Charlie Clips show up here with real raps, real rounds, and also give him a fight? I feel like it's hard to determine. I feel like the thing with Clips is that even though most of the time he's fucking around now, Clips does this perfect thing where he's good at just the right moment to buy himself more time. So he'll do 4 or 5 battles in a row doing Mr. Chuckles, right? That's what I call that version of Clips. He'll do his Mr. Chuckles impression. And then he'll randomly give Rosenberg Raw, you know what I'm saying? Incredible battle. C3, he didn't give her incredible effort, but he gave her a little more effort to buy time. And now, volume, just when you think Trez has been great, it does feel like a time the Clips could randomly be good. Even with that, I'm just not predicting against Trez, because even with Clips being good, I think it's an uphill fight for him. I think Trez has been that great recently. And similar, I think Trez has the ability to be good on a big stage like he was versus John last year, but a lot of this great work that you've seen, Fonz, Swamp, Twerk, it has been in a smaller room. Not all volume-like settings, but a few of them have been volume-like settings. So for that, I have to go with Chef Trez 2-1 either way. If we get the Clips that doesn't give a fuck, it's going to be Chef Trez 3-0, and Clips is probably going to do a good job at pulling the footage quality down a little bit, but hopefully we at least get a solid Clips, because if Clips is serious, this is a very good freestyle-heavy, all-around bag type of battle. But until I see that, and even if I do, I'm really confident in the work Chef Trez has given us right now. And that leaves you with 3 battles left on the card, right? So you get Ace and Unp, which is a little obscure and weird. I could see some people being down on that. And then you got Trez and Clips, which I like on paper. Understand some of the caveats, but for the most part, I like these last 3 battles you get. And then to talk about is Twerk versus Ttop. Another battle that this was actually booked for King Bao's card way back when. You remember that? Absolute piece of shit that happened? Right. Well, this was a battle that got canceled on that card. And there's people, once again, right? So we talked about all of the critiques for these battles. And for this one, a lot of people are like, oh, Twerk and Ttop are friends and this and that. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? We always want that, at least that illusion of like the real grudge and fight. But I will say Twerk always is going to rap pretty good, right? Even if you're like Twerk is rapping against his friends and blase. Even last year, right? There was a big one, Jazz and Twerk, Jazz rap. That was a great battle. That was a great Twerk. If you think that's an unapplied Twerk or that's him being friendly, I still think that's a great performance. And even from there, he's battled plenty of his other friends, plenty of other battlers. I mean, Twerk has a good relationship with many battlers in this sport and still has given them great performances. Also, the discipline that he's shown going into last year, just more professionalism, more care for his craft. I'm always going to feel good about Twerk giving a good performance for the most part, especially at this point on a URL stage. And then there's Ttop, who, like I said, we're talking about all the critiques. I know Ttop, as of recent, from performance to performance, can be a little bit more hit or miss, right? For every Loso or Snake Eyes performance, you could get a Kappa or a Prep performance, you know what I'm saying? Or a John battle. It doesn't work out too great. But I think Ttop is trending uphill a little bit here, although on UW, nasty the choke he gave. This isn't Young Deezy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not expecting all that. I'm not expecting that low level of just not remembering his material. He was also extremely sick. I found out after watching the post-fight interviews. The man looked fucking shot. So made sense, but volume, Ttop has done pretty good in the volumes for the most part, right? Big K performance was in the volume. Clean performance was in the volume. And I just think even friendly-wise, they could just go bar for bar and have a pretty good battle. Do I think it'll be battle of the night or anything like that? No, but I think it could be a solid battle between 2 undeniable top tiers that just will fit in a volume. Now, do I have Twerk winning going in? Yes. You know what I mean? I think even with the Ttop that showed up for Snake Eyes most recently, which was a great Ttop performance, you're still facing way more explosiveness with Twerk, better, more sound bar for bar. Even as great bar for bar Ttop was in that performance, you're facing a Twerk that's more sound, and I don't think angling is going to come too much into a factor because this is a friendly match, right? So I could see Ttop taking an angle, but I don't see it being like super surgical, you know, I'm really going at you. And for all those reasons, if it is a bar for bar fight, who am I to not pick Twerk to win that battle? And then from there, you get into the battle that most people did pick for battle of the night, and that is Chess versus Miss Hustle as our second to last battle to talk about here. Energy, performance, energy. Obviously, when you look at this matchup, that's where you're going to get the energy of Miss Hustle, who is a big stage level performer, but still can bring that energy most certainly to a volume. I believe this is her first volume as well. And then Chess, who is energy no matter what. But when it comes to predicting this battle, I am going to be going with Miss Hustle. And it's really, and it's funny because Chess, bar for bar, in my opinion, is more sound of a battle rapper. I would take Hustle as a performer, but we know Chess can be electric in that sense. But whether it's by choking, whether it's by being good but just not good enough, Chess's win record versus some of the other top tiers in this game is questionable. Now, the one thing he has going for him is that he has battled another lady in a 3-rounder, Tori Do, and he whooped the hell out of Tori Do, and had a really great performance at that. So some people were saying, oh, well, Chess, maybe that's just how he is versus ladies, and he'll carry that over the hustle battle. I hope so, but Tori Do is not Miss Hustle. Let's not get confused there, right? So you're hoping for that level of material. And even then, I think he could be great, and this could be battle of the night. But just picking a winner, it's just not the betting odds of picking Chess versus other top tiers. Whether he chokes or whether he doesn't, just isn't that great. And even as of recently, he's kind of been taking losses, even when he's pretty good, versus battling down. He lost to Swervo. He's pretty good in that battle, and he lost. He lost to Souffleur Soul, and we're going back to 2022 for that, and he was okay in that battle, but he lost. I just can't confidently say that I predict him to win. While Hustle last year was really cleaning up for the most part, even if you always like the footage, Arsenal battle, Tay-Rock battle, Shuni battle, he's just getting it done, So all those things are pointing me towards Hustle winning this, but just pure style-wise, that's the thing with Chess. He's so nice, but somehow it just doesn't turn into W's. So if he's incredible and he goes out and wins this battle or makes it battle of the night, I think that's fully possible, but I got to go off my odds, like I've said, 3 or 4 times here. So I am picking Miss Hustle to win and probably the battle of the night. Also worth mentioning, I know that Chess has Bill Collector coming up in April, you know what I'm saying? So it's about a clean month after, or is Battle Academy early April? So it might be 2 or 3 weeks after. So Miss Hustle, Bill Collector, Chess, shorter prep to go for the two. I don't know, man. But that leaves you with the main event either way, and that is Tay-Rock versus Serious Jones. Now, I'm not going to lie, not that it was ever mentioned, but I got to say personally, I would have loved Rock and Reed. I still want to see Rock and Reed at some point, but there's the grudge match part here. You see, at first when I saw Rock and Jones get announced, I was upset. I was a little bit disgusted because I feel like Jones' last performance being what it was versus Geechee, it's hard to turn around and then give this man a volume main event after that. I just don't think that's rewarding it properly. But funny enough, I do have Rock going into this battle winning, but Jones, you get the grudge match factor, right, which makes it bookable. And on top of that, whether the footage is good or not, whether it's a good battle or a bad battle, Jones in a small room just knows how to keep battles competitive. Jones versus Ill Will. It's a battle that I had Jones winning. Jones versus JC to volume. That is another battle that I had Jones winning. Jones versus Rum Nitty in the tournament. Obviously, he lost Judge, but a lot of people had him winning the battle in real time, but at least making it very competitive and close. And I know I'm missing a couple more here when it comes to Serious Jones' name versus top tiers. Jones versus Swamp, right? That battle's rough. We even know the second, the third, he's able to make it close. He just has a way of doing it. Jones versus Chilla is one of the worst battles of the caffeine era. I could go on and on. So I say that to say don't be shocked if Jones is able to make this battle closer than you think. Tay-Rock has a busy schedule coming up. I'm confident if anyone can do it, battle 6 to 8 times in like a less than a month frame or a little 2-month frame, it's Rock. I think he can give you great material, but if there is any sign of fatigue, Jones is just the type of guy, smaller room, couple schemes here, couple clever bars here, and if the opponent isn't leveling up over him, he could do enough to just make it close enough. And that's the name of the game for Jones in this battle. But as I said, I just believe in Rock more, even with a little bit of press time and in terms of other battles to spread material around, just the way he raps bar for bar, he's just more creative than Jones. And with Jones, the way that Jones can win this battle is not rapping outdated shit. I feel like if he's like the JC battle, a little bit outdated, but for the most part, he was being a little bit more creative bar for bar, and that's when he starts getting his appreciation. If he comes in here, OBCing it up, anything similar, really, that Geechee performance, even though it's easier to not do that in volume, less crowd to control, you still can't come up here rapping nut schemes. It's very easy things that hurt you versus Geechee, things that were unnecessary you could have avoided, and it's easier to avoid that in the Rock battle, but if you don't, you'll get a similar result. So I do have Rock winning in the main event overall 2-1, but I don't think it's going to be ugly, I don't think it's going to be a murder, and I think it's actually going to be a closer battle than some people are giving it credit for. That is my full predictions here for Volume 11. So just to start, you know what I'm saying, just to say them all over again. Ace 3-0 over Unp, at least it should be. I have Trez 2-1, maybe 3-0 over Clips, depending on the version of Clips that shows up. Could be a debatable battle with a good Clips, but for now, I'm going Trez 2-1. Twerk and Ttop, I'm going Twerk 2-1 with a better Ttop than you guys are probably expecting for the most part. Chess versus Hustle, I'm going Hustle 2-1. Not too clear yet. Like I said, I think it's going to be battle of the night, but I just see, even when it comes to like a edge the battle situation. I could even see it going Swervo and Chessis, where Chess is good, but there's just higher highs from his opponent. And then in the main event, I do have Rock beating Sirius Jones 2-1. I'm going to go 2-1 right now. I'm not seeing the 3-0 at all, that one. Also, this is going to be, if I'm correct, in the URL Studios location. So where you saw Redemption 3, I don't know if Fonz and Trez was there, but where you saw Redemption 3 go down, Red vs. Kid Chaos, those battles I reviewed, that is what we're looking at. Maybe with more people, we'll see if they change it up at all, but I think that's what we're looking at for the volume-wise setting. So we're going back to a Rio volume, not the 100-person big room kind of stage volume. We're going to stick with like what a volume actually is, a pit-style battle. So super excited for that, and I think that's also going to help all these battles quality-wise on camera, because I do think that pit battle rap is the peak of battle rap. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about aside from the card is Lux versus Nitty getting announced for spring now, right? So we still don't have a date on the calendar that we can circle and look forward to, but it is good to hear from them because it was very quiet on the Nitty and Lux front, not just from Nitty and Lux on top of that, but from the league as well. And we know how announcing battles without a date, and sometimes that can lead to it getting super delayed, or what people were bringing up with Cassidy and Freeway, although it's a much different situation, a lot more money and things like that. But they were worried it wouldn't happen. But it looks like, obviously, still sooner rather than later. In the spring, they're saying, we're getting Lux and Nitty. There was a lot. It could be in a volume. Everybody, including myself, said volume, volume, volume. But this is a volume, and we don't see Lux versus Nitty. So it's looking like it could be moving more towards a big stage, which, hot take for me, I actually think that gives Lux a little bit of a better chance. But I'll save all that prediction style and all that for when we get an actual announcement. Just want to say I'm happy that we still have word on the battle going down. And even if it goes down in a big stage, I am looking very forward to it either way. It's a battle that has to go down one way or another. So yeah, that's kind of my opinions and everything. The little Lux and Nitty announcement, which, who knows, maybe we can get to that event. It's also streamed through the app. I love what we're doing streaming app-wise. I just think that there's a lot of... There's a path for it to be a great thing and get better and better and add things on as time goes on. I just think streaming through the app is a major move. I think Lux versus Nitty is a major battle, and I think Smack Volume 11 is a pretty solid, maybe 7 out of 10 card, and that could be, but the actual, it's 7 out of 10 on paper, but the result is going to be determined by the result, right? So it could end up being an 8, 9 out of 10 card if guys overperform or perform to top tier levels, and if a couple people slack, if you get a bad clips, maybe Ace and Oomp isn't the craziest, maybe Sirius is like he was versus Geechee, maybe it goes down to 6. So it's really up into the battler's hands how this card turns out. But I'd love to hear your guys' opinion. How are you predicting this? How are you feeling about Lux versus Nitty? And how are you feeling about the URL app now being the main place that we are going to get streamed live URL events? So many things to talk about. But it's been J Small Reviews again, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Top 5 Punchers is on the way. And I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Peace.